Hi, and welcome to week 5, or welcome to the summary of week 5 and the introduction to week 6. It is actually starting to feel a little bit like fall now. I hope you are enjoying it. I'm just really impressed with such a talented group of students that I have in this class and how engaged you are in the learning activities. In this short video, I will review concepts from week 5, which were about the different strategies that can be used to enter the global marketplace, and then introduce you to this week's topic, which is to learn about the impact governmental policies have on global business. Some of you have already touched on this when you picked foreign laws and regulations from the article on the 11 biggest challenges of international business in 2017. So, to recap last week, businesses can enter the global market in several different ways, and a lot of this depends on their corporate or business strategy. The material in Chapter 10 provided you with the framework for different types of strategies. As with any strategy, the starting spot or point is the mission and the vision statements, with the mission being the purpose and the vision being the future-oriented statement of the company. Based on these strategies devised. One strategy I would like to call attention to is the international strategy, which would guide the business to certain markets and countries. Based upon that strategy, a business then can decide to export, open a franchise, join a strategic alliance, start a joint venture, or simply make a direct investment. Each choice has different consequences and opportunities. At the end of the day, they will all still need to be aware of what is going on in the particular country or countries they are expanding to, which, as you learned about in week 4 and this week. So let's dig into what you had to say. Anne decided to investigate environmental issues in Mexico and found that while they have them, they are much different than those in the United States. Think about the impact that has for an organization. Many of you, including Neil, Tina, and Paige, discussed communication difficulties, and you shared that with the class. Michael pointed out body language and religious traditions that one really needs to be aware of. Brianna shared about political risk, which is huge. I like that she pointed out about China and Facebook and the internet. Most of the time, we just take the freedoms we have in the United States for granted. Others dug deeper into the challenge of local laws and regulations, which is what you will be learning more about this week. Christine stated that she could see the value in seeking legal counsel when engaging in business in other countries, and Marcy pointed out issues about differences in leave time and as well as many others of you. This takes me to week 6. You will learn about different government policies and the impact they have when doing business in different countries. The first video I have you watch is on the forms of government. It is 12 minutes in length, but does a great job of explaining the importance of knowing about this. He discusses many different types of government, for example, monarchies, democracies, which you will need to understand as you start to read the other information. I'm looking forward to reading what our current event people post this week, since there is a lot going on in the political arena nowadays. Many countries are in the news. I have also shared a link to the various trade agreements that are in place, which I know you will find quite interesting. Think about what has been said in the news recently about these as well. I have put another Flipgrid out there so you can record your responses rather than having to type them. The feedback from you was positive, so I will include these every other week. I would also like to set up a Blackboard Ultra session for one night in the next couple of weeks to be available live to answer any questions you may have. Be on the lookout for a survey on what the best time and date will work for most of you. Keep up the hard work and have a wonderful rest of your week. Pat.